Well, like most people, the Steelers had off today.
They did. I thought my pipes were going to freeze last night when we left here. Just put a torch to them. Yeah, they had a day off today. This will be the last day off they have for a long time. And this is the last holiday for the Steelers. Next weekend, of course, they play the Raiders in Los Angeles. If they lose, they'll have a holiday until next July. Maybe the Raiders should have moved to Las Vegas instead of Los Angeles because, as Mark Malone points out, the Raiders' defense is a gambling defense.
They come after you. They like to put a lot of pressure on the passer. They like to play a lot of man coverage, single coverage. They've got good defensive backs. They'll press the receivers from the line of scrimmage all the way down the football field and force you to make the great throw. But the thing is, you make the great throw and there's nobody around, and that thing could go for 60, 70 yards.
Well, they're a very physical football team. They don't do a great deal of stuff. They kind of challenge you up front. They're good up and down the line. They have good pass rushing techniques. They do a lot of things from the pass rushing standpoint. They've got great linebackers. They come with blitzes. It's nothing we haven't seen before. It's just a matchup of people and executing. That's the name of the game, whether you are playing the Raiders or anybody else. And frankly, we haven't gotten that done up and down the line the last 5 weeks, except for the Jets game. And we need to get it done and get it grooved and go in there with a positive frame of mind.
They do put pressure on the defense, though, because there's Marcus always lurking and trying to run it up your guts.
True. This year, teams have done really well containing him, I think, and they keyed on him because he had such a great year last year, and that's going to be probably the most important thing for us to do is to go out and stop him early and make sure that they don't have a chance to get, like, 2nd and 2 and 3rd and 1, stuff like that. We've got to keep them in long yardage situations.
Tomorrow, the NFC wildcard game takes place in Dallas, where, by the way, temperatures will be in the low 20s with the possibility of snow. The Los Angeles Rams provide the opposition for the Cowboys. The Rams are 9-7 after finishing 2-7 a year ago.
I think it's going to take one hell of an effort from the entire team to beat that team, and you know, we can do it. We just have to put our minds to it. If we go into Dallas thinking we're going to beat them, we'll beat them.
I know a few of the Cowboys, and, you know, they have a fine organization, and they will try to do everything, you know, not just shut me down and try to shut the passing game down and everything. If they do that, they can beat us, but we hope they don't, and we'll do everything in our power to stop them.
There's money in this game here. It's playoffs, and I tell you, anybody coming into this game thinking that they're playing poor football now after 2 weekends in a row, their thinking is completely wrong. They'll definitely be ready to play a good football game.
Of course, the AFC wildcard was decided yesterday. Seattle beating Denver. Kurt Warner had 99 yards in the first touchdown of the game. Dave Craig to Steve Largent to make it 7-0. And the Seattle crowd and the Denver Broncos admitted the crowd bothered them tremendously. Didn't bother Sammy Winder on this run. 38-yard run setting up the Broncos' first touchdown. And it came as starting quarterback Steve DeBerg, who'd been out for 7 weeks and got the start, hits Jesse Miles for a 13-yard touchdown to tie the game at 7 apiece. Now, DeBerg throwing deep in the end zone, underthrows. He had a touchdown there. It's intercepted by Kerry Justin. He runs it all the way back to midfield to set up a Seattle field goal. Gave the Seahawks a 10-7 lead. Key play in the game, Denver driving in the third quarter. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line. But Gerald Wilhite fumbles. It cost the Broncos points, and they never seemed to recover from that. They charged up the Seattle Seahawks, though. Craig, to his favorite receiver Largent, down to the 11-yard line. And Craig, like the man he succeeded, Jim Zorn, scrambles around, beats the rush, and finds tight end Pete Metzelaars to make it 17-7 in favor of Seattle over the Denver Broncos. Then the defense took over. You may not recognize this guy with a helmet on, but it's Sam Clancy, the former Pitt basketball star. He gets credit for a sack for Seattle. Craig, hitting Paul Johns for touchdown. The final was 31-7. This afternoon, one of the All-Star games, the Blue-Gray game, played in Montgomery, Alabama, and it was the South, or the Gray, defeating the Blue, or the North, 17-13. 3-0 Blue, or Gray, rather. The Blues driving. Randy Wright of Wisconsin intercepted by Mike Johnson, but as he returns, he's hit and fumbles, and the Blue recovers, so they get a first down from there. That sets up the first touchdown of the game. Randy Wright of Wisconsin, 8-yard touchdown pass to Brad Anderson of Arizona. They missed the extra point. It is 6-3 Blue. 4 seconds and a half. Goal line stand here by the Gray team. Blue could have taken command. In the third quarter, the Gray team punting. It was 12 degrees in Montgomery. Just felt like it was here. They're not used to it. They fumble, and the Gray recovers, sets up Maryland's Willie Joyner for a touchdown run, and the Gray takes a 10-6 lead. In the fourth quarter, Duke's Ben Bennett intercepted by Martin Bayless of Bowling Green off the deflection. That sets up the blue squad for the go-ahead touchdown. Michael Harper from USC. Nice run up the middle. 20 yards down to the 9-yard line. Then on 4th and goal, they go for the touchdown. Michael Gunner of Tulsa scores it, and the blue leads 13-10. But with time running out in the game, Bennett to Buford McGee, one of the great names, and the Gray goes on to win 17-13. A couple college basketball powerhouses played out in Hawaii this afternoon, and Houston defeated Louisville 76-73. Now, the way to handle Akeem Abdul-Olajuwon is to go right at him. Charles Jones did it there for Louisville. But Akeem gets even here. Pass, a shot inside, and Akeem, who had about 15 block shots, gets that break, leads to the fast break for Louisville. Milt Wagner at the buzzer at the first half hits, and Louisville's down just by 1. Second half, beautiful alley-oop play as Louisville stays in the game. And Akeem keeps Houston ahead. Watch this follow jam. Up 1. Jeff Hall hits for Louisville, and the Cardinals lead Houston by 1. But then Dickens hits for Houston. They take the lead for good at that point, leading by 1. And Akeem, who was the game MVP, makes a nice move inside, kind of a finger roll, goes in. They lead by 3 and never gets closer, and Louisville loses by 3 to Houston, 76-73.
Okay, that's sports?
Right, that's
All right.
sports.
Here's Rod.
That's it, that's sports. And next, with everything you wanted to know about the weather but were afraid to ask, is Nan Chapman when Action News returns. Here's Nan with the weather. I never thought that, like 3 or 4 degrees would actually represent a heat wave.
Yes, it's going to be warmer tomorrow, folks.
How warm?
Oh, it's going to be all the way up to 15.
Wow.
However, that's going to occur at midnight, so don't get excited, everybody.
Okay.
Okay, we're still getting lots of calls about people who are worried about their animals, and rightly so. Do not let your animals outside. I mean, I guess they have to go out for a few seconds, but yank them back in on a leash. Our low today so far is 12 degrees below zero, and the high is 0. That breaks the record low for December, the record low for the day, and more records being broken all over the place. The previous record for the month of December was 9 below. Normals are 22 and 36. We're 35 degrees below normal. Right now, skies are fair. Visibility is 6 miles with blowing snow, and the temperature at this hour is 3 degrees below zero. Humidity is 50%. Winds are west-southwest at 15 miles per hour. The barometer is rising from 30.14. The wind chill factor is 35 degrees below zero. It all makes me very tired and very cold. On the satellite photograph, no precipitation to speak of in the Pittsburgh area, just some blowing snow, as I mentioned before. Snow showers and blowing snow, and a little bit more snow activity in through central northern Pennsylvania and southern New York and up into southeast Canada. There really isn't any precipitation within our area. Let's look at the National Radar Summary, and we'll see where it is snowing. You can see the snow I mentioned to the north of us, since Erie's still getting some snow off of the lakes. And here's a spreading storm out west. Hooray, hooray. More snow, but at least it'll be a little bit warmer. That's moving in towards the Pittsburgh area. We should be getting the effects of that late Monday. Looks at National Weather Service radar. Skywatch 4 from Greater Pitt. As I said, skies are pretty clear, and there is no problem as far as that is concerned. Just very cold. And on the map, temperatures still frigid over most of the country. Temperatures even way down south in the teens. Way down in the Gulf, obviously the citrus crop is in jeopardy. In Knoxville and Chattanooga, Tennessee, the temperature today was 6 degrees below zero. That was this morning, 6 below. And at Shreveport, Louisiana, it was 7 degrees this morning. It was only 49 at Miami this afternoon. 14 degrees in Atlanta, Georgia, 1 degree at Cleveland. New York City and Philadelphia were a little bit luckier. They were 11 and 10 degrees. Stay inside if you possibly can, and if you must go outside, take precautions to have plenty of gas in your car, a source of heat, warm clothing in case the car does stop. After today, temperatures will be rising for several days, not very warm. The storm that's moving east will turn north, and that's going to bring us some snow in here late Monday night, early Tuesday. So here's the forecast for tonight. Partial clearing, diminishing winds, and frigid, with a low of 9 degrees below zero. Monday, mostly sunny, breezy, not as cold, with a high all the way of 15 degrees. But as I said, that's at midnight, so it's not going to be very warm tomorrow either. Tuesday, cloudy and cold with occasional snow, and a high of 28 degrees. But that's also going to be at midnight. Oh, applause, applause. I love it. Back to Rod and Sally.
I don't know whether to thank you or not, Nan. Okay, and that's Action News for an early Christmas evening. We'll all be back after the ABC Sunday night movie.
Before we go, we have an Action News Christmas card prepared by Action News editor Bernie Wadzinski. Happy holidays.